they can frustrate you pretty bad. So who are we talking about? The narcissist, whatever that is. But I wanted to point out how they only apologize to look human, basically. What I wanted to talk about is, well, more and more you notice, I mean, really, you can. You might get vulnerable, and they actually don't do good with that, you see. What I mean is now it depends. If it's something that they see as an opportunity, instability is what they prey on. They are comfortable with that. And so, but otherwise, what did I want to talk about? It's just a little detail about them. You can't talk enough about the patternings and stuff that can go on, the complications that are going to go on, especially with your mind, body, and spirit. Anyway, wanted to point out how it's a communications problem. So they well, see, you might be see, you're trying to you're under the impression that you're moving right along with the process that getting to know each other entails. And of course, there's a process happening anyway. It's around about 2.5 years that you begin to see whether or not there is even a friend there. It's like, oh, I've noticed that you've been there and been there and been there. Then with that, there's a chance that it could move into a romantic or an intimate connection, which actually takes another 2 years. You need to give that another 2 years, right? Either way, it's just taking 2 years to find out who is there, really, if anybody at all, right? And it depends, you does that 2.5 year period um, go solid stream in the perceptions of everybody? I mean, are they living the same life that the union or get together, the friendship is actually experiencing? So with the narcissist, the big answer is no. They're not doing reality as we know it, according to the natural order of things. You know, it's a huge subject matter, but so I was just going to pull it into how, uh, yeah, you could be going through something in that time period, and what if we really need to depend on each other, right? For what? Now, the main thing would come to my mind is just really to have a common presence emotionally, to be able to provide some kind of maybe articulation that comforts or say the point is pointing out that no, have hope. This is how I see you, particularly, if there's a insecurity. And I think, this happens normally, right? Where, we need to see, it's just going to take a natural process, who we are. So, God, see, because I'm not a perfect person either. So, but what I'm describing is just, I'm trying to get to it here. I'll take 29 minutes to get just to it. Um, they sure do take up your time, don't they? And it's it's one of the most valuable things that they steal from you, particularly because, well, imagine how, because of that time that it takes to find out if there's somebody there or not, and it's like, well, apparently, never, right? It's sad because they're not involved with anything really. I mean, a lot of times it seems like that they are skimming across the surface of everything, if it, at all hitting the surface of things. It's just imagined what's happening, I guess. I don't know. And whatever you do, don't watch them do things, right? Because it depends if they're a gaslighting narcissist, if they're completely disconnected from the truth and reality, that they are definitely doing something at a very, very strange matter. And I don't want to pick on people because everybody is unique, but after a while you'll see the common human ethic is not there. Okay, was trying to talk about how that, like, having said that, yes, they are vacated with a normal emotional presence or response or anything. They're not going to, of course, if it's a codependent style, one that renders people codependent with their own, like, encapsulated neediness, right? And it's hard to tell who's who. See, it's very energetic who they are, what they are. Um, at their core is it's hollow and it's needing energy, and there's none. Um, it gets it from the outside in, attention, right? The supply. So what I'm trying to point out is when that time is passing and maybe there's something going on, you see, basically you're going to see their ability to handle pressurized situations, and depends on, like I said, if they're somebody who likes to just create your instability. They don't mind that. They that's their desired state of you. It's weird because yeah, I don't like talking about the subject matter because, right, it's just the handicap there, but wanted to pinpoint that in that time that you're going through trial and error. I mean, maybe you're getting closer together and you're starting to lean on each other every once in a while. So they won't be able to pull you up out. See, if it falls down, and see, of course, that they want you on their level of lowness, I guess you would say. It's very much a mood, too. It can be. They put that look on your face, right? They want you. They literally take your life, your joy, and now they're you, and you are them. Uh, and I heard something that says, well, love is that way, whatever you love, you turn into that thing. And it's like, yeah, we understand that, but see, that's why you don't want to love them, because they will take your um, inner light away, and of course, it's falsified with them. They're playing a game, and it's not true. See, the moment you start healing and taking back your energy, they literally feel it like the littlest amount. See, otherwise you can be in distress and crying about something that you need a balance or something. The common human etiquette comes up, and they don't care about that, right? But when you take a little of that supply away, that whatever it may be, um, then they will begin to, they're right there on top of you. They want to do something interfering to start destabilizing, and that's all masked. It's amazing. It's like, so just now you wanted to go to and I was just about to, you know what I mean, kind of a thing. And well, they won't. I guess I'm just taking too much time to fucking tell you something that we all know already. That if you dip down, it doesn't really necessarily, I mean, of course, it doesn't have to be between you. See, you have your own life, and um, maybe you just, see, the point is you dip down in emotions, and you need to be told something, or you need a real energetic, emotional, like, comforting that is coming from somebody who knows you better and then reminds you of the better parts and lifts you up, is the word I guess I was looking for after 10 minutes here. They don't know how to lift you up. No, that's kind of gone in them. They're used to having a bad mood And then their change is having a bad mood on top of the bad mood. It's never going to get into the place of yippee skippy, happy go lucky, zippity doo dah day. Um, no, if that's happening, it's faked. They want to be accepted, and they will use masks of multiple. How do you know this, Shauna? I'm a highly observant person for one, and that's the thing that they don't have. They aren't paying attention. Now, I know that we're talking about there's a sliding scale. We're just talking about people who are unawakened. That's how I know. And we have patience for a lot of it. I never experienced the level of what I think is going on with it. It's nothing but disappointing because they do fool you into thinking that now we're going to be moving into a game plan or an ethical human scenario. What I mean is a scenario that is normal. Really, the psychological mechanics, see, they are not firing the same. There's so many different kinds, right? So there's the complete like disconnect, which isn't alert and aware. They're kind of drifting around, you see, and I can't explain this better, but let me just wing it a bit because what do you mean? Like, do people need to be always paying attention to you in the room, Shauna? And it's like, no, but you can tell, well, if you go to their house. See, this is the thing is I don't get out much, and then you would go to their house, and then you'll notice that they ignore you. Like they put you on the back burner, and even though it's like you never really associated, but it's like they know you're coming over. And it's like, yeah, I'll be there at 3 o'clock, and then you come, and it's like hold on, I'm scrubbing something, and they're finishing cleaning up their something, and then they got something, and they just continue on with like, and it's like, so okay, but the thing is, I would understand if I was there every single day and I'm like their kid's sister or something. But no, we just met and I've never been there, and it's like the first hello in the environment of your place of hosting, maybe giving a little attention, and it's like a lot of other things have priority over you right now, and they can do that. They can make you. Sorry, I'm going on and on about it, but you'll notice they're not making the effort to. And if they come to your house, they're the strangest fucking people, right? We could go on and on about them. For the most part, they are not harmful unless you make the mistake of getting emotionally invested somehow in them. That you are under the impression that we're taking a course of natural order things where in relating, especially in an intimate setting, where things are getting intimate, you can see that right away, right? They mishandle things, even a glass of water. So thanks for listening to that. God, I hate this subject matter. See, it's nothing but disappointing, right? And it will happen in a flash. You really want things to work out. You want it to progress. See, this is the thing is in communications, like, they won't be able to lift you up. They won't be able to lift the situation up. They won't be able to create a bridging over. See, if you set up the scenario. See, one time I did that. A lot of times I might do that purposely. You kind of set up a scenario. Well, that's a lot of men may not know this, and even maybe they have it in them too. But I'm speaking for the female side. Is that her trait of like causing pain is just to see if that person is actually interested in her in a serious manner. Um, then she administers more, I guess, honey. You would, because if you imagine her world, she's not really working with money And this is what, now, minute 15, let's hang on to how I'm channeling. I'm not interested in this subject matter at all, but do you think that money is more the man's world, and then, but sexuality, because that she could possibly have kids, is the woman's world? Think with me, kids, because I've been brushing along this subject matter, and for the last 300 and 400 videos, some of that is getting very intense on like a signature or a patterning or a code or something, and um, like really backing off so much on the role of men and women, or just that subject matter alone, and looking at the organism and trying to figure out what exactly is especially happening with money and the system, and who is in control here, and why is it all the way it is, you see, now. Um, to me, it's interesting because now we get back to what's the question? What's your seriousness, Shauna? We brushed over it too lightly, and now we need to go back. I'm talking about is because yeah, her it's part of her makeup that there's two sexes here, and both have sexuality. See, her sexuality is all she has. I say that to stand up for the alive woman who. Now, when you say an alive woman, see, in Sam Vaknin, the worldwide renowned psychologist who helps us with all the terms of narcissism and the long studies that are happening with statistically, and he picks up the baton about in the 90s or so, and has written many books. He's saying that, God, I hope I don't lose my place. Sorry, I lost it. I'm sorry about that. That's basically dealing with them, and noticing that all of a sudden now you're in constant agitation and you don't feel peace anymore, and just where what they want you, and see, I'm the Aries rising that you try to have patience, and you do want them to get better, right? You keep um, getting back to, I'll get right back to it. The phenomena of creating, yeah, the woman is, that's just in her nature, because now look at how powerful that is. Why? How can she get away with administering pain to a man, except for the fact that sex and that energy is very powerful? It might be even more powerful than whatever money is doing, really. See, we can farm our foods and be creative over here, and not need money for that. So see, a lot of people don't know that really they're just working for food, because the pain of being hungry is really not fun. And so that drives people, along with gunpowder, the spiritual leader there. I think it was Christ, was that a gunpowder shish kebab they put on you on? A little bit. I didn't expect it to ventriloquist out like that. I'm pretty good at ventriloquism, aren't I? It's almost like I'm not talking or anything. Anyway, I'd like to tell you about, getting back to you. See, my grandma said, quit while you're ahead. And I just fucking went right ahead with what we're supposed to talk about. Are you catching it? Paragraph down below. What is it, Shauna? I really don't know. See, I'm going, no, it is true, because what if a human civilization was to come out of it? The woman, her sexuality, there isn't anything more important to her. I'm sorry if you're not aware of that and you're a woman. You might not be an alive one, but there are alive women that are actually hunted. That's what Jesus was over there. And the witch burnings, let's talk about that. The ones who were practicing safe sex. Now, I don't mean birth control. In fact, yes, they were practicing birth control. And see, they were making sure that the place of sex was safe before they reproduced. They would not. It's like the bonobo ape over there. If the man doesn't even really show an interest in her, and only in himself, that's not worthy of reproduction. That's kind of retarded, because she might have some buttons to press, and if he doesn't notice it, that's just to me, that's obvious. She does quality control, and I call it right at the spigot. Right at the spigot. And see, I'm going to start making videos about this for some reason. It's time, and who's going to do it? What I mean is that it's time is that from generation to generation, it could be degenerating and degenerating uh, degenerates, because nobody's carrying on with the real information and making it ring through resonation in the heart, where a 7-year-old goes, yeah, that's affirmative. I believe that it's the same. Really, right? It's just reminding us of something that, believe it or not, we need to celebrate, even though it's right there in front of our face. The other team, the cult or whatever we're talking about, who puts that makes the Olympics kind of sexless, and then now there's an anomaly happening, and we're supposed to fucking ignore it. And it's like, what the hell? I put on my Facebook. It's the most clever, to me. It's the most clever damn article in the world, and because if you're paying attention to what I'm like, what keeps coming out, which I keep saying I am not interested, but it's ever since the darn Moon's node, which is coming up, eclipse season in Libra and Aries, and that has to do with Venus and Mars. And excuse me for being a channel here. I mean, there is some issues with the control system that completely hijacks all of this information. Do you think men and women are going to emerge from all of this puppet show? I was trying to talk about the women who are practicing what I'm calling safe sex, which is not what you think. They're making the place of sex safe, because you do not, for her, for everybody, of course. Everybody is having an organism, right? That's the plan. Joy is the key. And so, to make it safe, we make sure that we want to go back there again. Because there's a smile on her face. There's all kinds of reasons. For me, being a Mars-ruled individual, it's just like going, well, you have to go into the kitchen and get some food. And people do that. And they're like, hey, do you want some too? Anyway, and get excited about it. Boy, this is great. You fluff these eggs up really good. I had to pick the subject matter of eggs too, right? It's the most common thing we eat in the morning. Why? Getting back to the quiet movie. How that women have a profound responsibility to do quality control, and she does that through her sex, and this is definitely in case a human civilization was to come out of it, and I say that it hasn't happened yet. It's getting down to the wire. But what was my point of this video? Did anybody catch it? Why did I even go into this? I was trying to talk about something, and it's like, well, excuse me, I would like to get on to the purpose of why I am here. I'm on a mission. And if we're going to throw that in, maybe it's just all about it, and thank you very much. I was just wondering if I had something to do here. One thing that paying attention will do for you is give you something to do later on about everything, as far as everybody glitching out and not paying attention. Also, if you can, be a juicer and charge money for it. But almost blacked out, and I'm going to keep this video long. Getting back to the subject matter of money. See, you want to make sure that see how they always say that you've always heard, well, watch where you put your money, and watch how you make your money, right? But mainly watch where you put it. Yeah. You want to strip down and make money, and then watch where you put it. See, this might make sense later on. I don't know what I just said there, but tie it in with me. Right? That thing goes on. See, because we are so blindsided by the subject matter. Why? Well, it doesn't help when you kill the human beings that are standing up, the ones, with long hair. And I don't know about that beard thing, but yes, my really gorgeous friend over there, she shaves every day, or she would. I'm just talking about some of the Italian women, Greek, even Jewish. Yeah, those Jewish women, they're saying actually I'm Greek. See, because the stigma behind it, and I just don't think that far enough today. I'm happy. I've quit while I'm ahead twice. Well, I've quit while I'm ahead twice in this video. Do you think I will be fine enough, or my brain's going to be turned to mush in the middle of trying to break the it's real hard, and I need to look at this because it's trauma bond. Everybody's in the middle of it, right? I can back way up and say, as humanity, Pluto moving right into 29 degrees back into Capricorn. Did you break the programming that keeps you in an abusive relationship? Did you notice the Stockholm Syndrome? See, my rooster is giving me Stockholm Syndrome. And it's like, you know what? I'm not going to forget that I can kick that fucking thing like a football. But see, I'm now studying. Now, why is he abusing me? When I, when he does this thing anyway, and I thought it was cute, but now that I see that he's just dancing, getting closer to me to kick my ass, it only happens when I don't have something in my hand to give him. If I have something that I can give him, we're cool, right? He's the fucking sweetest rooster. See, I can't take this personally, just like the narcissistic abuse over there, because I didn't handle him and program him. See, I have a history with roosters, and this one that I saved his life like 3 times. And once you save an animal's life, it changes. They are such a bright, like, inside and out, right? You know what I mean? My friend on Facebook let me know that she saved her little puppy's life, and so you have just such a special bond. They have it with you. They know damn well what happened, and that rooster would never hit me the way that this other rooster is. And I'm just thinking, well, it's because I didn't handle him right at the spigot. Kind of a thing. God, thanks for listening to this. I amaze myself. I don't know about you. And whatever's amazing, see, I'll make 2 videos. I'll leave this long one right here, and then I'll splice together in an edit, will probably make it a 7-minute video, in what exactly I think was fucking amazing about this video. This video will now have this video, condensed version, because I happen to think I'm on something so profound. Girl, you in trouble now. Who the hell are you? Come with me. I tell you, you are in trouble now. Do not